Welcome to Study Spectrum TV channel. I am Veena Sharma and I will be teaching you mathematics. The first chapter of yours is properties of triangle. And here, before starting the lesson, let's do the revision of what you have learned till now. That means I will be explaining you the points or terms which are used in mathematics. So let's start with the point. Now point means what? A tiny dot from where you start to draw a figure, to draw a line. So that dot is known as a point in mathematics. So this point is like this, that is a dot. You can name that point with any letter. It can be A, B, C or anything. Now the second term which we use in mathematics, that is a ray. Now what is a ray? A ray is it's a line which starts from a point and it has only one arrow, right? And we can name this ray as ray AB. So this is the origin of the ray. It starts from the point and it's this way, and here there is an arrow. That means we can extend on this side but not on this side. And we can name this ray AB. So if the ray is like this, it is given over here and here P, then I can name it ray OP. That means the letter which is given to the point, that name, that will come first because it starts from there, and the next letter, that P. Right? Now, what is a line? You can see that when I take two rays that is opposite to a direction, that can form a line. A line is this way, which has arrow on both sides. That means you can extend on both sides, right? So a line which has arrow, this is arrow on the left hand side, on the right hand side, and we can give any name, any letter with L, M, N, whatever you want. So this is a line and you can name it like this, line L. Now when no name is given, then you can write line L and B, L, M, N, whatever you want. But if points are given on the line and the line passes through that point, then like shown over here, see, this is a line and the point A and B are given. The line passes through it, then I can name it as line AB. Now here I have told you that these are the opposite rays. Here if I give OP and here OQ. So when I'll join this, they are starting from a same point, but the direction is opposite directions. So these are known as opposite rays, and it can form a line, and opposite rays always give us the angle of 180 degree. That is, a straight line always has an angle of 180 degree. Now let's move to an angle. What is angle? As we were talking about angle. Angle is formed by the rays. But here you can see the rays are collinear rays because they are in the same position on the same line. For line also you can say it is a set of points. As you know, these dots, if many dots are given and will join that dot, then we can say a set of points, infinite set of points. Why I say infinite set of points? Because this arrow is there. That means we can extend it. So the other definition to line you can give a infinite set of points. Same way for rays also I can give. So here the two rays are in the same position. So they are known as collinear rays. In the same line they are present. Now if I take two non-collinear, that is shown over here. This is non-collinear. Suppose this is S and T. So this lies on this direction and here UV. So this ray lies in this direction. So they are not in same position. So they are known as non-collinear rays. Now when the two non-collinear rays have a same endpoint, then the two rays forms an angle. Look at this figure. Here it is OA is one ray the starting point of OA is 0 over here, or O, sorry, it is O, and OB is the second ray. Here the starting point of OB is also this. That means the end point, they have the common end point. So when two non-collinear, or you can say the union of two non-collinear rays with a common end point, that is known as an angle. So what is an angle? Angle is a union of two non-collinear rays which have a common end point. Now let's move to the segment. Now segment is a part of line. It always has the end point. As you have seen in a line, there is arrow on the both sides. That means we can extend the line. But in a segment, there is an end point here. See this P and Q. So here there is no question to extend. We can't extend. So this part, this total part is known as segment. And you can name it as segment PQ. Right? Now, as I said, segment is what? It is a part of line which have two endpoints. So look here, here is a line which passes through this point A, B, C. So how many segments are there here? There are 3 segments. We can name them. See, this is a part of line AB. So I can write segment. In short, you can write SCG, segment AB. Then next is BC is also a part of a line and it has 2 endpoints, right? So according to the definition, we get another segment, that is BC. Now the third one, you may be thinking, which is the third one? The third one is here, that is AC. So as this is also a part of a line and it has 2 endpoints, so this is also a segment. So we get 3 segments, that is AB, BC and AC, right? So till now what we have cleared? We have cleared with all this term. Point, a tiny dot, right? Then a ray. Ray is a set of points. Here you can say it is a set of points. It starts from one point and there is arrow on the other side which can be extended. And we can give a name ray AB, right? Or whatever letter is there, the original will come first. This is known as origin or the starting point of the ray. Then 2 opposite rays always form a line, or it has a 180 degree, or straight line always has 180 degree angle. Now what is a line? Again, as I have explained you can say that a line is set of infinite points. Why infinite points? Because there is arrow on the both the side and we can extend it. If the line doesn't have any name, we can give it L and M, and if it is given that some points are given in the line, then we can say, and the line passes through that point, we can say that line AB, line PQ, whatever points they have given. Then we would, I have told you about the angle. Angle is what? Union of 2 non-collinear rays having the same endpoint. It always give you angle, and the angle can be of any measures, right? Now as I told you here, straight line, when collinear rays, non-collinear rays form an angle, and if the lines are or rays are perpendicular, then it will give you 90 degree angle, right? So you are clear with the an angle. Now we'll move to the segment. As I've explained you, segment is what? It is a part of a line. A part of a line which have 2 endpoints. And if it can be present in the line or it can be given in this way, like PQ or segment RS. But what is that? In a segment the endpoints are there and you can't extend on both the sides. Now let's move to the other terms. Explain you the other terms which are used in mathematics. Now as we are clear with the line, segment, angle and all, now let's move to the collinear points. Now as I told you, a line is what? A set of points. That means there can be infinite number of cells, P, Q, R, S, right? Now when on a line, all the points lie on the same line, then we can say that all the points are collinear. Now here I can find out that P is on the line, Q is on the line, R is on the line and S is on the line. So I can say that points P, Q, R and S, what are they? They are collinear point. Why they are collinear point? Because they lie on the same line. So what is the definition of collinear points? All the points which lie on a line are known as collinear points. Now here the next term is a non-collinear point. Now suppose if line is given over here, this is a line and there lie some points on it, that is S, T, then here there is U, here there is V, then here W. So now you can observe in this figure that what is there? Here this is a line and these points, point S and T are on the line. So S and T are collinear point. Why? Because they are on the same line. Now what I can observe that this point U, W and V, they are not on the line. So they are known as non-collinear point. So what are the non-collinear points? The points which do not lie. So point U, that is point U, W and V are known as non-collinear points. Why they are non-collinear points? Because they do not lie on the same line, right? Now which are the collinear points over here? S and T. So S and T are collinear points. S and T I can write are collinear points. Why they are collinear? Because they are on the same line, right? So this is clear, both collinear points and non-collinear points. Collinear points are the points, all the points which lie on the same line. Non-collinear points are all the points which do not lie on the same line. Now next we move to intersecting line. Now when two lines they intersect each other, there is always a one point between them which is common, right? If suppose this is a line L, and there is another line which is M, see the intersection. The intersection is over here, this point. This point lies on the line L also and it lies on the M also. So this point is a common point. So intersection of two lines is always a point, and the line which intersect each other, that is known as intersecting line. It can intersect and form four angles. It can intersect like this, perpendicular to each other. And one more thing you have to remember, that from this common point I can draw infinite lines. From a point we can draw, we can pass as many lines you want. So you get L, M, N, O, right? So these are the lines. From a point, infinite line can pass through it, right? Now here we are dealing with intersecting lines. So what does intersecting line means? Intersecting line means when two lines have one common point between them, and that is the point of intersection. They are intersecting, we can give a name as O. So O is the point which intersect and which is a common and which lie on the y, it is common because it lies on line L also and line M also. So this is known as the intersecting line. Right, now we'll move to the perpendicular line. Now perpendicular lines are also intersecting line, but here the angle formed between that line is always 90-degree angle. So here I'll show you the figure. This is line L and this is line, another line which intersects line L, and it gives the angle of right angle. Now this I can say LT, right? Now for perpendicular line we use a symbol, that is a symbol like this, and I can write that line L is perpendicular to line T. What is perpendicular line? When two intersecting line forms an angle of 90 degree, that is known as a perpendicular lines. They are always in the shape of L. Whenever you see the two intersecting line having a common point over here and the angle formed between them is 90-degree angle, then you can say that these lines are perpendicular, and you can write this way, line L is perpendicular to line T. Let's move to the concurrent lines. Now what do you mean by concurrent line? Here in intersecting line we saw that two lines which have a common point between them, they intersect at that point, right? Now when lines, more than two lines, here the same point O is there, here line L, M, N. Three lines are passing through the same point. So this point O is known as a point of concurrence. So this point O is known as point of concurrence. And the line L, M, N, they are known as, lines are known as concurrent. Line L, M and N are known as concurrent line. Why it is known as concurrent line? Because they are passing through the same point. So when more than two lines passes through a same point, then that line are known as concurrent lines, right? Now we'll move to the parallel lines. Here you have seen in intersecting line there is one point common. In a concurrent line also the point is common to all the line. As you can see, this O point lies on the line N, it lies on the line L, it lies on the line M also. So it is common to all, right? Now but in parallel lines you will find the difference. Here in the parallel lines there is not a single point which is common in both the lines. They are totally apart from each other. So this is line A I can give, and this is line B. Do you see any point common in both the line? No, there is not a single point common, as they are moving on straight parallel to each other. It may be like this also, but they are always at the same distance. Whatever distance is over here, the same distance is over here. So these kind of lines are known as parallel lines. When you can call a parallel lines two lines, when both the line is not having any common point. Parallel lines do not have any point in common. Have any point in common. Right? Now, these were the more terms which I have explained you, that collinear points, all the points which lie on a line, they are known as same line, that is known as collinear points. If there are some points which are not present on the same line, they are outside the line, then that points are known as non-collinear points. Intersecting line means when two lines cut each other at a point. That point is known as a point of intersection. This point is known as point of intersection. And that point is common to both the line, right? Now, perpendicular, when two intersecting lines form an angle of 90 degree, then they are known as perpendicular lines. And concurrent line means from a same common point, when more than two lines passes through it, that lines are known as concurrent lines, and the point which is common to all the line is known as point of concurrence. The next is parallel lines. Now, what are parallel lines? Parallel lines are the lines which are apart from each other at the same distance throughout. You can imagine that the walls of these two rooms, right? Or your book, you can see the two ends of the books, they are always parallel. So they have the same distance throughout. That's the reason they don't have any point in common. So the line or which do not have any point in common and there is the same distance throughout them, both of them, then these kind of lines are known as parallel lines. Now let's move to some more terms that I'll explain you now.